Welcome, 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 everyone. Hot Facts with Robert Reese, people. This is on the Hot Facts with Robert Reese podcast. Go ahead, check it out. That podcast has a whole lot to do with what this whole show is going to be about. And people, I've been watching here on YouTube past couple days, and for those of you who don't know, I do news and I do different topics and things like that. And sometimes I hear something that is completely just like ridiculous. So I'm just going to let you know what we're going to be talking about today. Okay. And I'm going to break this whole thing down. Okay. You see the topic there. And we're going to start off with that one, though. Should non-married people life coach married couples? I feel a certain way about this. And I was kind of upset. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I'm kind of upset because of what I seen. Okay, now we also got to get into okay, trophy wife and husband. We got to be able to break that down also, because that's what all of this did. It did all of this. Also made this have to pop up. What makes a balance? What makes a balanced relationship? Now we're driving. Got two orders here. I'm doing DoorDash, right? Okay. First order is $7 for 1 mile. The next order is $11 for an additional add-on, okay, of 5 miles. So we got 6 miles right now for $18. And this is balanced right here. Now, also, she is in the chat watching and monitoring and goes and does her thing while I can go ahead and do this. That's some balance there, but everyone's balance for everything they do in life is different. Okay. Now, there is one thing that I am really upset about. Man law was broken. Okay. Man law was broken. And we're gonna get into all of that. Now people say, well, what? What? All this stuff? Yeah, all this stuff came from one Eli Mellis. Okay. This is a life coach. And for those of you who do not know, Eli Mellis is a life coach, and he's not married and he does not have any children. Now, I have a history with Eli Mellis. I interviewed him a couple times. Then I went and did something that no one has ever done before. I created a show, the Hot Facts and Eli podcast. During that podcast, people, and we got a lot of people here that know this, I created the topics and the questions and everything that we both have to answer. A lot of the questions about relationships and roles in the household and everything, I had those as questions. Even to the point to where, should women be in charge of all the financing in the country and everything? So when I watch this guy and some of the things he says, and I know that from our show, he's saying some things that he's going back and forth like that. And on the playlist down there, people, you can actually go and check the episodes out and see that. You can look at the titles, because the titles, I have the titles in there as what the questions are. Okay. So I was one to ask him a bunch of questions and he had to answer. And in a lot of the episodes, people were in the chat saying, look, he can't even answer the question. Now, I'm not making this up. So whenever I see him life coaching and he's giving people the answers or advice on things that on our show, he said things and people were like, he's not even answering the question. So if people have realized that you can't answer the question, how are you going to sit up there and be doing the life coaching thing? And I have a huge issue with that, meaning because I did 13 episodes with the gentleman. And he is a life coach. Now, there's nothing wrong with someone being a life coach. Life coaches are good. We need life coaches. We need counselors. We need therapists. We need all those people. But they have different fields for they have different fields for whatever it is that you are going to be doing. And a marriage counselor, you have Alcoholics Anonymous, you have narcotics, you have different social workers out there. You have different coaches for different things, and many of the coaches, like let's say, all right, someone that's been inside like a narcotics anonymous program, and let's say they have to do a 12-step program, right? On a 12-step program, these people have to find sponsors and people that will put their trust in them and say, I got someone that believes in me, I want to go ahead and do all this stuff. Those people that go through the program and they receive that coin, they actually end up being sponsors, and they go ahead and help and they counsel the people there because they know that they can help them. They may have came from a walk of life that may have been bad, along with the addiction, and it may be a similar walk of life with someone that is going through something, so they are actually able to counsel and help them. But there are times when a counselor or someone does not know much or how to help them, and someone that is legit will say, hey, let me put you in contact with X, Y, and Z, because this is the field that they specialize in. I can help you to this standpoint here, but I cannot help you beyond this point. So they will normally refer you to maybe someone in their network, a colleague, a business partner in there that, what, he's here on Tuesday, on Wednesday, Friday, on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm here on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. So, he's here on these days. I can go ahead. That's what they normally do. And the craziest thing is that people forget that when you're trying to be a life coach and everything, and you actually had a show where it was multicultural topics, issues, man, woman, husband and wife relationship. It was, I even had a question on when is it okay for your kid or your daughter or your son to date? I even had that question there, and he had to answer that. Now, I did ask him on there. Now, there's a lot of people that will say, well, you don't have any kids. How can you go ahead and answer that? And he said, well, he went into how he grew up, and he was given his experience as a young guy, on what a young guy is thinking about, and that's what kind of gives him some experience on to know when your daughter should be dating. So I even asked questions like that, and there's a ton of them. And Red Bull Jack and everyone else would come in and watch, and they would be in the comment section. Now check this out. The comment section, people, I have already let people know that the comment section is like if you're going to a basketball game, a football game, the comment section, those are the fans. The fans are up there having a good time. They're talking shit to each other. They're heckling the crowd. They're just not throwing bottles and tomatoes like Fosse Bear. They're just not doing that. But they are there to talk and do everything. We give people that tailgate. They don't even go on the inside, but they are still commenting in there. But they want to barbecue and eat food on the outside. Okay. Eli had an issue because I allow I allow people to go into the chat section and comment. Freedom of speech, freedom of press. Just don't go say nothing all the way crazy. Now, this life coach is someone that is trying to counsel everyone, especially on relationships, when he has things going on about what he is doing. And for instance, someone said your drunk girlfriend or whatever else it is, and he got upset and he quit the whole show because of that, because he could not stay out of the comment section. And during the shows, I would say, Eli, stop looking at the chat. He'll even say, you know what, Robert, I got to go to the bathroom to go look at the chat. And I would have to try to stall for him. But I would tell him on the camera, Eli, stop looking at the chat. The commentators are going to say whatever else it is, but you cannot get mad at a commentator, Mr. Life Coach, if, okay? Now, this happened. Well, let me give my example. Let me give my example first. Mr. Flex and some people in the gig world, my wife was upset before I hit the camera. Got her last words in the argument. They still play it. They put it on up. They do all that stuff. But it's like I said, I didn't try to go and try to coach people. I said, nah, man, shit. You don't know what's going on before a show. You like even before you go to work or anything. We had a regular. We had a regular thing right before the show started, and that's what happened. We're regular. Everybody ain't walking around like angels and stuff every single day. People get mad. People get upset. That's what happens. You know, that's what it is. And I challenge you this: any man out there, mess up your wife's Starbucks order and she gets the wrong thing and see what happens. That's all I got to say about that. They got that and ran with it. And then one thing that I did myself, I was like, because of all the weird shit that the spectators are out there saying, you know, she thinks sometimes that I'm out here doing some weird ass shit. I said that shit. I said it on camera, and they go and play that shit. I said that shit, but that's some normal ass shit that will happen when someone is in a relationship, especially when someone has a persona, I would say, or they are out there as what someone say is an influencer, or anything else on social media. So therefore, people will pick up things and start to run and chat. You can't get mad at that. And for being a life coach that looks like he stands up to all the bullying and everything, to not be able to accept that, put a red flag and a question mark on a lot of the things that you do. Now, when I saw you make the comments, people, and this is what it's all about. I saw comments and I saw a show, and I saw it, you know, while it was happening. Okay, I saw it. I'm on the West Coast, same time zone, so I saw it while it was happening, and I was upset at a few things. Okay, I was upset at Eli, and I was upset at the Christina girl. She broke the relationship law. Also, if she is married, she broke the hell out of that shit. And Eli broke the man law. They both broke codes that I was upset about. And I was like, damn, Eli like said, it's a fumble. I'm gonna go and pick it on up. What do you mean? Oh, here came on. Eli was like, I'm gonna go pick it on up. I'm gonna run with it, and I'm gonna say all type of stuff. Now, because we don't see someone's face, we don't know if this Christina person is married. We don't know that if she's a real person. She could be a troll, and we all know what trolls are capable of doing. But I'm gonna take it for what it is, just because of Eli's reactions of the whole thing, and I was pissed off. Now I'm gonna keep it way real. Okay, there is a channel and a guy by the name of Real Talk with Roy. Real Talk with Roy and I have a funny relationship. It's tricky. And for those of you who don't understand, you just don't understand. We have been as tight as white on rice, and we have been as far apart as California and New York. But we still because we know how each other, you know, like it's a man law, man bond thing that you guys don't know. Eli calls it a bromance because he don't understand the science and all of the intangibles that go into man law and all the other stuff. I heard some things and I have to let Roy know. I don't care if one day we're good, 2 days we're good, 3 days we're bad. I never just was like, nah, I don't care. I watch Roy's channel, I do the thing. And when I'm like, nah, this dude violated, he broke it. Thunder went on and did a replay of Eli, the life coach. And it was Eli, you know, being ridiculous as normal. And while it was getting ready to end, I'm noticing that no one's even talking or bringing up what the hell I saw, because I was like, I know I'm not the only person that watched that. And it was verified by some people that hate me, the cause. They hate my guts. This one here? It's probably a house. Okay. The cause. The cause verified and said, yeah, Eli was doing it for about an hour. So when that happened, you know, that's when I guess Roy figured out, man, something may be up and I got to figure out what it is. Roy leaves. Roy, what's up, Brandon's recovery? Roy leaves a comment now, okay, on the video, which already puts a double stamp that this is all the way legit about what it is. Eli does this thing, y'all, where he pretty much, and I'll say exactly what it is. Roy is someone that has been divorced. Roy had a long marriage, okay, and Roy has been divorced. We ain't talking about, oh, my girlfriend I was with for 20 weeks. Roy was married for a long time. Roy's also a manly man. There's certain things that he is going to bring up and give people advice on when it comes to marriage and things that happen. There's things that happen in marriage that people get cheated on, people get beat on, people get walked over, people get used, people get abused, mentally, emotionally. There's a lot of things that go on with relationships, and most of it happens because a lot of people just don't know how to communicate with each other or understand, the critical criticism that is there to help, or they just don't. They're just difficult. And people got to be able to realize, you got to be able to speak and listen to each other for things that happen. And some people who don't have a relationship may not understand some of the aspects that Real Talk with Roy talks about how you can do something for someone for such a long time, put all your heart and effort into it, and they'll just go ahead and walk over you. Now, we all know that, my rule, where there's 1, there's 10, where there's 10, there's 100, where there's 100, there's 1,000. Same rules apply. Roy is just putting it out there that for some people out there, this can't happen. Eli goes and takes the information to try to make it seem like Roy is this big old giant bad evil guy who drank too much of the red pill. Stay away from guys like that. Made it seem like someone got beat up on and jumped on a panel, went ahead and destroyed this dude, will try to destroy this dude's image or whatever right after he got done saying that he wants to do shows with Roy and everything. And respectfully speaking, we all know what happens once he says respectfully speaking. We already knows what happens after that. He went into this thing that he did on Roy. Now, people, I'm asking everybody out there. This is open for everybody out there. Link is open. Okay. Should a non-married person be giving married people advice and everything? Eli said some things that I felt were way out of pocket. Just like this Christina girl, if she is married, like I said, I'm going to take it for, because how Eli reacted, I'm going to take it for what it is. She made it seem like her husband just gets off of work and plays video games, doesn't do nothing with the kids and all this other shit. Let me tell you this, Eli. I play video games with all my kids. I start them off young. I'm a gamer. My son was 5 years old, playing hardcore with me, getting 30 kills and 13 assistant matches with me, getting there and do it. My kid can program computers and do everything because of the video game. That's how I know how to do everything, because of the video game. Taught me how to break apart radios and all that stuff to learn some other things. Maybe that's what he wants to do when he gets off to Woosah. He don't want to go to the gym. He feels like he can get his brain and his body all the way there. Let me go ahead, shoot somebody up on Call of Duty or whatever else it is. Let me play some Madden. Let me get on the headset. Let me go talk some crap. Maybe his co-workers are getting off of work because they are all married men, and they get online and play as a team, and they name their team the Married Men. So that's why you guys see on the thumbnail, you see Married with Children, and you see The Cosby Show, and you see Eli in the middle. Eli don't have no kids. Both of those are two separate type of relationships and married couples. Al was a shoe salesman. His wife did not work. His daughter was a slut. His son was actually an okay guy and did good things, but he got picked on because no one thought he actually got girls when he did. So he had to put on a whole persona as Grandmaster B to try to make himself look cool when he wasn't even doing nothing bad, because people just be talking that shit. On the other side, you got The Cosby Show. You got a doctor in Bill Cosby and Cliff. You have a lawyer in Claire. Outside of that, you have Sandra, who went to medical school. You got Denise, who is all about fashion and all about black rights. You got Theo, who wants to be a regular dude, athlete, and get out and go chase girls while he's in high school with his boys, Cockroach and all them. Then you got Vanessa, the brainiac, who is politically correct and everything. Then you got Rudy, who is a semi-tomboy doctor. Two walks of life, two different things, okay? Two different things. Eli, you know nothing about any of that. That's why you're in the middle there trying to give the advice. How can you give advice to Al Bundy? Because in a lot of cases, Eli, there'll be people saying that, well, Al Bundy, you're being used by your wife. You are being used. She don't work. You go to work, come home, get slaved. You can't eat no food. You got to do this. Get talked about. You got to make a no ma'am club in the garage for dudes who feel like they've been getting beat down by their wives. But guess what? Them dudes may have made the no ma'am. But guess what? Whenever Peg said, Al already knew. Peg gotta go to work. Al will go whoop anybody's ass for Peg. Al hated Peg's mom and all of them. Guess what he did? We gotta make this trip. Al always made that trip. Al always made that trip to see Peggy's family. He didn't like the in-laws, but they all knew that he loved her and he was taking care of her. And that's a married couple with how they got their balance there. Peggy had her own friends who came over and ate bonbons on the couch. And guess what? They made them all look alike. They made the black one look like Peggy and the Mexican one, and all of them look alike. They all want to watch Oprah, Geraldo, and eat bonbons. But guess what? Whenever it was a rodent in the house, Eli, they need to get someone exterminate that. What did Al do? It's time to step in the business. He went and blew up, shot himself in the foot, tried to go get that rat. And whenever Peg said, are you going to stop? That was man law. He was like, my wife ain't challenging me. I'm going to get this rat. And he went down there and did the whole thing. Him, Steve, Marcy, Griff, Marcy, Darcy, Jefferson, Griff, and all that, that was their thing. And even though they were showcasing that type of marriage and how that goes, all those men were the exact same way. Jefferson was looked at as the gigolo because Marcy was the banker and he didn't have to do nothing but have some muscles. And Jefferson would say, hey guys, Marcy's mad at me. Watch this. He'll turn and smile or do something, and Marcy will go to Peggy and them, see, and do all that shit. So then she felt she was good because that was like her trophy husband. But guess what? Peg had Al. Peg knew if I'm in trouble, Al go come. That's my trophy husband right there. Okay? That's my trophy husband. Al may have complained about Peggy and all that other stuff, but guess what? That's what he liked. That was his balance. That kept him able to do the shit he was doing. Al drove the Dodge. Eli, that's a whole different thing which you even know about. You said that your dad put you guys through hard knocks or something, right? And all that other stuff, Eli. I don't think that is so. He may have gave you some of the regular rules that go into regular life, and those may have been challenging for you. Okay. And because of how you act and how you do everything, I do believe that you were not a kid that was spanked and all of this other stuff. You want to fit in and tell people that because you're titling yourself as a life coach. And I don't think that is all the way right. And when you're getting this information from Reddit or the trolls who you speak to, and by the way, Eli, I want to talk to you about this personally on camera. You said anyone in the gig world, send me the link. You said send me the link of your channel and I'll unblock you and everything. I did that and I screen recorded it and it's sent and I can show everybody, Eli. So I want to talk about this because what you did, you may know about a part of the Bill Cosby side, but that's a bunch of kids being raised, and it's a woman who's a lawyer and a father who's a doctor. Those are incomes that are comparable and everything. They both cooked in the household. They had grandparents that came over and helped with the kids and did all that stuff. We don't never hear you speaking about anything like that. Okay. Now, here is what the mistake Christina did. I'm going to just go ahead and start with her. Shame on you if you are married. First of all, you violated. If I was your husband and I found out you said this, no, I don't care if you go and you're chatting in the comments or if you want to voice yourself and go on channels and panels where they're speaking about some real stuff. You can do that all you want. But once you put it out there and someone starts to twist it and take it a certain way, you got to be able to fall back and be like, oh, I don't want it to seem like that, because chances are if he is watching that with you, you wouldn't be saying it like that. So then I think you want to go on Eli's channel and do some stuff. I'm gonna tell you this: as a man, there's only two, from me being a man watching this, there's only two options on why you would want that to happen. Either one, you realize that you said some things and you don't want him to hear that, and you want to go up there to clear it up. So then you can say, no, look, I went up there and I spoke to him, and this is what I mean. Or he heard it and he's telling you, nope, you ain't say nothing to defend me. You made me look like that. You ain't finna go clear nothing up. I don't know the dude. I don't even know who he is.
They gave me the wrong address, so we gotta go all the way back. They're gonna adjust the pay.
So we're going back to what place is this? We just pick up from Chili's?
Yeah.
Okay. Customer gave the wrong address. Chili's wants us to bring it back. We'll see what happens if some free food comes out of this. Because driving it all the way back. Huh?
They already gave me adjusted pay.
Oh, so you already got the adjusted pay.
All right, Ironwood to Redlands.
Oh, I'm going there to Ironwood to Redlands. Oh, they adjusted the pay. All right. All right, people. Hey, things happen when you out here getting it in. So I'm gonna go. You said Ironwood?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
They gave me 16.
They gave you what?
16.
They gave you 16 for the adjusted? Oh, so this order went up to over $20-something then for the order. They adjusted it and made it happen. All right.
Get to JFK.
So I'm going to JFK? Oh, so we're going back over there. All right, cool. Eli. Nah, I ain't sorry. We doing a gig work. She said sorry. People, Eli, see, look. He said sorry or whoop whoop whoop, but Christina, you did the wrong there. And I'm gonna keep talking about how you did the wrong because that's either your husband, you either want to clear it up before he sees it, so you can say even when he sees it, no, I went on there and look, I cleared it up, or he told you ain't said nothing. You got to clear that shit on up. I don't know the dude. I don't know who he is. I don't know why you're trying to make me seem like this on the internet. You don't even know these people. I don't know them. You're not given the stressors of his job, what he does, how he has to woo-saw, with the video games and all this stuff. What if he went to the gym? What if he went to the gym and worked out? What if he went to the gym or like me, I cook, gym and all that stuff? What if he comes home and just starts cooking and he likes to cook. He likes to keep someone's stressors on what they do when they get off and things like that. And you know how Eli took it and spun it. He don't want to spend time with the kids. He's never around, spend time with all that other stuff. Gee, you gotta look, as a woman, you don't go pillow talking out loud, and that's what makes me think this is skeptical. Okay, this is what makes me this is what makes it skeptical to me. You're not supposed to be doing that out loud at all. And that's not right. So you broke it there. But then Eli was talking about how this guy, even if it's a made up guy, Eli was triggered enough to be like, he's bad, he's terrible, he's no good, he doesn't care, he's like a user, he's a loser. Eli is talking about somebody he don't even know off of watching an episode on someone's channel and not even understanding what's going on, and then had the nerve to try to go and bash the host of the channel. And the host of the channel has more married life experience and can give some information on people on where it can be applied to. And Eli went up there and did all of that stuff. Now, he was giving her advice and, like trying to give other women out there advice on guys that he feels is like that. Eli is the guy like this, people. To me, this life coach, Eli is the guy that, like when you're in junior high school and you start to see on what sports you're going to play, you start to see that the regular kids have PE and you have the athletics at sixth period or whatever else it is. You're in there with people that work out and stuff. And coincidentally, most of the people that are working out and doing this stuff, the people in the school like them. They're the popular people. You got the brainiac in shape football and basketball and track and softball and baseball players, the brainiacs are in there doing it and all that other stuff. You are never able to be part of the groups that you say these people are like this and like that. Now, I'll tell you this also, Eli. You you have a misunderstanding, and you start going into stuff and start talking about women looking at men and men looking at women and respect and all type of his other stuff. All right. While trying to make Roy look bad and trying to make this guy look bad, first of all, I'm gonna make the guys look good right now. Okay? Because I'm gonna tell you what Eli, when women are on how you say they're making their man look bad and because of how you said all that stuff, women like that, okay, Eli, let me go ahead and just let you know. Hold on, let me go ahead and make this turn. Go ahead and make this turn. Out there doing all that and saying that, and it's crazy. I just lost my train of thought right now from making that turn. Hold on, it'll come on back. It's crazy. It's crazy. I'm gonna go this way. Hold. Okay. All right. So let me tell you this, Eli. The women that say things like that, they want attention and all that stuff, they are the ones that actually go out and doing things like this, Eli. Well, they'll go out wearing the clothing, the provocative clothing, saying, well, all the other girls are doing it and things like that. And they want to do it and say that I want to feel sexy and things like that. Feel sexy for who? You're with me. You're not trying to feel sexy for the other women. You're trying to feel sexy and get attention from the other men. And if a woman is making a man feel like that, and if a woman is like, oh, well, I'll go get another man, then you ain't a good woman then. That's how I'm about to make us guys look good right here. Also, if you're with a woman and let's say their favorite actor, let's say I'll use people, I'm from 41. I'll use John Stamos. Went to the same high school, lived in the same city and everything. I'll use John Stamos. If John Stamos walks into a room, do you know how many married women are like, oh, he's so handsome. I love him. He's right in front of their husbands and their dudes, which means that if they got a chance to be with John Stamos, they would cheat. Okay? You know how I know? My aunts and all them, Michael Jordan and Denzel. We have a family get together. Oh, Denzel's so handsome. Oh, Michael Jordan, I love to rub his bald head. Oh man, y'all know an in-shape man with a bald head is sick. They would say all that stuff in front of my uncles and my dad and all them. And guess what they'd say? I dare you to cheat. And everybody would start laughing. It's serious, but it's funny. Women are letting people know that, yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. I'm about to make us dudes look good. You didn't speak up for the men about any of that. You just went to trashing the dude. And you trying to give somebody, some so-called advice. There's idiots out there who will listen to you, G, who will listen to that bullshit and be like, oh, well, that's right. Then you give advice on how they should be working in their relationship, which is why I asked you the questions. Male and women roles in relationships, being married. I asked you all that stuff on our show so I can get your answers. So I can always, and I own the content, not you. I can always pull that stuff up. But here on the Hot Facts with Robert Reese podcast, people, if you go and check and look at the thumbnails with Eli and myself, look at the titles there. Go look at Eli's answers. Here's how when you ask someone a question and he knows he ain't supposed to be answering it, and look at the answer he gives. It don't go as nothing. But when he's by himself, he's giving all these answers like he even knows how it is. He don't even know the balance of anything. And this guy can't be giving people information and advice about kids. He don't even have any kids. Now, I will give him this. Someone can go fact check me on this if you want to. 55% of men, I do believe, from like 19 to 49 don't have any kids. Don't have any kids. So I'm like, that many men don't have kids. Now, 51% of males in that same group say they want kids. 45% of women say they want kids. So the men want the kids, and Eli, you don't have any, which questions a lot with these numbers. Anyone can fact check this. Someone out there type up men with children versus men with no children. Look at the stats that pop up. I'm not lying about this shit. And Eli doesn't even have any kids, and he's not married. So therefore, you are taking yourself, and you don't want kids because you don't have any. So you take yourself out of over 50% of the actual conversation just on that. Your stupidity takes you out of 30 more percent out of that. The only thing that keeps you in there is you're a breathing human being, and we just can't take you out. And you got done. And you had another girl named Dana or something. So we know that you were able to go on Tinder 675, doing Mike Tyson punching codes, and you found some. Okay? You found some. Your life coaching ass couldn't keep one because I guess the girl you were with before her, you were just talking about her to the new girlfriend, and the new girlfriend got mad because all you do is talk about the other one. I don't think you understand how that works. I don't think you understand how that works. I get tired of my wife watching you and me just hearing you. Whenever she brings up Eli, because she's like a thunder, I guess, and that's my wife. But she likes to go and watch, and then like she's like, okay, I think you may use this one. But I don't use your stuff like that. I don't go and watch you like that. It's every now and then when I see something like this. She made sure I got whiff of this. I was watching. She made sure I got whiff of this. This is what she does for her satisfaction and her freaking humor. Because look, I can't get mad if she's just listening to him about his shit if I'm the one talking about it. So this is like all her thing. He can't tell me nothing, and he's talking about Eli and all that. This is like her shit right here. But I can't even stand hearing you or even listening about you, G. I gotta keep this funkier than a 12-year-old boy who ain't never washed his PE clothes all year. He just bring them home to mom, and they just stiff, like just stiff. So much sweat, it's just stiff. He gotta pour water on it to fucking put it on, put the shirt or the jersey on. Eli ain't got no life. Somebody just said, Jax, is that you? Eli ain't got no life, man. Because I'm gonna tell you this, Eli. Not one time did you like give any relative information about someone being married and the stressors. Maybe the dude want to play the video games because especially if, and you don't even know if they have boys, girls, if they got boys, the boys know dad, so let's go, oh dad, bam, bam. You know what? Let me go ahead and get dressed. I'm about to come to the video game. Which one of y'all want to play? You guys each have? Yeah, mom made us food. How long ago? All right. You guys need anything? No, Dad. You get your homework done? No. I need your help with one of the problems. I don't know, but I did the rest of it. Did you? But that's the only thing I got. All right. I'll get to you. You can go and chill and play and do whatever you want to do. He goes send the boy off with his friends to go chill, so Dad can get his alone time and woof off. Now, the other kid. He may be like, Dad, can I play video games with you in your group? Can I play? Yeah. You want to play? You want to play on our same system, or do you want to join the group? Go to your room. Now he's interacting with the other kid, playing with him. Now let's say he has another kid. Dad, man, this girl at school, she doesn't like me. Dad be like, look, don't be me anymore. Did you eat? Yeah. All right, you'll be good. And he's gone. If it's a little girl, daddy, Hi, Pumpkin. Hi, Princess. I missed you, Dad. I missed you too. Look, I showed you this picture. I showed this picture to my friends at work. You did, Dad? Yeah. What are you and Mom doing? She's cooking, Dad, but she burnt something and threw it away. She said you're not gonna like it. What was it? She was making this. Oh, Dad. Also, I didn't break your drawer. Huh? And then the little daughter runs because she knows she got Mom in trouble. Eli, you don't even know how none of that stuff works, Eli. You don't know how none of that stuff works, Eli. Eli, you don't know how none of that stuff works. I'm in a choppy zone, so if it breaks up, it breaks up. You don't know how none of that stuff works. What if the husband, is this the street?
Okay.
All right, let me turn around. What if the husband, Eli, wants to woo-saw all the way off so he can deal with what, oh well, he may want to get the kids taken care of so he can hear her nagging. She been on the phone all day talking to her nosy ass friend who's always in the business and shit. He's going online, watching the channels that you're in, reading chats. Well, someone said this about you. Is it true? Oh, I was at work, and guess what? I think my boss is doing. He's got to go through all that shit. Maybe he wants to get those stressors out. Okay, maybe he wants to get those stressors out so that oh my goodness.
Hello. I'm sorry about that.
He's making sure he gets his food. Maybe he wants to be able to handle her stressors, Eli. Okay. Maybe maybe he wants to handle her stressors one-on-one. Maybe if the kids are occupied, Eli, and he can handle her stressors, he can, get that taken care of real quick. Okay, Mom's good. He's also gonna check, Eli. Do I gotta go to the store for anything? Because she'll say, oh, can you go to the store? Can you run for this? And he'll be like, you didn't do it yet. He may be mad, but then he gotta go and do that shit. You don't know what somebody got going on, G. You don't know how that works. You take care of Don, right? And there's people that will say that you are using her simply because you want to make yourself look good because she's got all these issues. You don't know how it is to really take care of someone with those issues. Now, I'm not saying that you don't help take care of your mom. I'm not saying that, but all I'm saying is that from what I can understand and from the information and words that you put out there, you always say you're doing this with Don and doing this and that, but you're at home with the mom who is way older than her. So I don't know if your mother has ailments or things that you have to take care of. You guys have a big estate, so I don't know if there's a caregiver that relieves you from all of the that type of work. And you're taking Don, and just like you say, you take her and the doctors do everything. There's people saying that you're just using her just to make yourself try to look good, to have like a valid client or a patient as a life coach, and you are using your boyfriend and girlness, boyfriend and girlfriendness situation there to say that gives you rights to go ahead and speak and try to counsel or give advice to married couples. Now, my wife has an issue, and she said, well, what about counselors or therapists? Some of those people are single and everything. Me, myself, I got an issue with those people. I got an issue with those people because they're trying to tell you, what it is, but they've never been in that situation themselves. They're going out there and trying to give, like, all right, let's use this Christina person and her husband. This is how people like Eli will try to sell Disneyland dreams, happiest place on earth. Someone is making it seem like they're out there not getting the attention and all that. So he's gonna try to talk to them in a way to make it seem like he's giving them Disneyland dreams and this is that. Then someone on the other side, he wants to do the exact same thing. So he's trying to make Disneyland dreams go to two people who don't need to listen to no one like that. All they got to do is understand their balance and how they work together. Look at what you guys do as a schedule all day. Look at the things that you guys do together and what you guys don't do together. Things you need help with and things you don't need help with. You don't need that person there. There are things that you guys can do together that will take up some of that time that you are feeling like this and that. You guys like going bowling? Take your ass bowling. You like going to McDonald's and eating? Go to McDonald's and eat. You like going window shopping, looking at real expensive shit that you ain't never go buy? Go ahead and do that shit. You don't need someone as a life coach bashing someone else's spouse and putting, if someone does think weird and they have these insecure thoughts and these weird emotions, you are pumping those weird thoughts and emotions up that will make them carry out things inside of their own home that will make things happen. I think Thunder said it best. Man, you guys are like, he's trying to like ruin a relationship. Well, Thunder, think about what the people in the gig world tried to do to Hot Facts because we don't like Hot Facts. Let's go and try to get on him. Let's try to make his wife get mad at him. Let's try to do these things publicly. Let's say he's a pedophile. Let's say he's out there cheating. Let's say that on his videos, he's out there flirting. That's how all that shit, what my videos show it, so I don't pay no attention to it because of what I do. But you guys will go and do that shit to try to make things happen inside of a household. Eli does that, but you guys did that shit with me, and you guys still do it. Flex got mad about the call out about the prejudiceness. I still stand on that. I ain't taking that shit back because of what the video that I shared and how I broke it down. That's how. I stand on that. So you got mad to try to put up, like I said, we had a disagreement before I went live. He put that up. Don't even have a relationship. That's why he put it up and tried to laugh, because he don't even know how it works. But it's funny you guys are pointing out Eli, and you guys got all that in common with him, though. Which is why y'all watching me talk about it right now. Thank you. But don't do that bullshit. You don't try to do things, and because of how he reacted, and because of how she was talking on Roy, and when the cat fight was up there, the cat fight was on, Roy. The cat fight was on. They was going back and forth. The cat fight was on in the chats and everything. The cat fight was on, Roy. The cat fight was on. It was women going against women and talking, doing all that stuff back and forth. And then Eli gets a whiff of it, and then he dives in the deep end and goes in. And it's crazy because out of everything people are saying back, people are talking about, well, let's talk about Don. Let's do this and do that. That's not how you guys get him, man. He expects that. He knows that. He knows that she's his punching bag. That gives him more ammunition to come back at you guys. He knows that. Do how I do. I send him real emails and I screen record them when I'm sending them and everything. So he can't lie and say that I'm not telling him all the shit that I'm telling him. Like sending in all the links and stuff and watch him not do nothing to it because it proves he's a liar and he's a phony. He can't take that back. But what he can do is use the ammunition you guys give him to attack you guys back. You ever notice how he don't attack me? Because I got all this shit and he knows it. All he says is, I want to do shows with Robert Reese and I am. I've debunked that all the way and make him stop saying it. Because I'll show how much of a coward and a buster he is, and he makes up these lies. You guys just go all off in Eli world. Fuck Eli world. Eli don't got no kids. He ain't been in no long-lasting relationship. He uses Tinder, Match.com, Fan Finder. He goes to the Penny Saver if they still have one. He goes to the back ads. He goes on what they call where they scam you all the time, Craigslist. He goes on Craigslist, AOL chat rooms. He don't do nothing in purpose, y'all. I mean in per person. Nothing he says. He can't even do speed dating. He has to catfish people. And the craziest thing is, out of all the troll accounts that we know that are trolling him, and they make these accounts up, and we know all this stuff, right? And we know he's talking to fake people nonstop, which is why, Roy, when he said, Reese, why won't you come in? Because obviously, people, I'm not a good troll. I'm a troll myself because I got a news channel. I'm not a good troll. I told everyone about Kevin Dean and Jake Reed and Trevor Lawrence. So when I go in there and they're like, is that really Reese? Or Roy's like, Reese, stop, come in with your regular name. I like doing it now that they like, you guys know it's me. You guys know it's me and it's Jake Reed or Trevor Lawrence or, you guys know it's me. So it's funny. It's funny to me. So that we can actually, yeah. So it is what it is. But Eli is really talking to fake people. You guys know it's me. And I know you know it's me. That's different. He's talking to fake people. But he's talking to one person. And then the craziest thing is that you guys know he's doing that. And then because he's talking to fake people, you guys get so upset off of the things he's saying to fake people. I think it's hilarious because now I can make my reaction off of the real people commenting and getting mad off of him talking about fake people. His whole channel is all about imaginary friends. What was the show when you were young? You Can Imagine, and they will come. Barney. Was it Barney? You imagine Barney, right? And Barney comes. Eli is Barney. All right? Eli is Barney. All you kids go to the school. You got the gullible looking black dude. You got the nerdy looking white dude with the blonde hair that went to the side, and they sing the songs. And I know the Barney song because my nephews and all them, and my kids, the Sam Lee said Fairly Odd Parents. See, Sam Lee knows. Sam Lee knows the shows and shit. Sam Lee knows the shows. What was the one with the tree goes around and around. The tree, there was a hole in the middle of the ground, and in the ground there was a tree, and on the tree there was a branch, and on the branch there was a nest, and in the nest there was a bird, and then the bird in the nest was the egg, and you get that on Barney. Eli is the Barney. You guys get together and say, hey, do you guys want to have make-believe and have some fun? And all the kids come together and how do you summon Barney? How do you summon him? Do you remember how you summon him?
I don't know.
Do you gotta get the little dinosaur and you all touch it or something and you say Barney or something? Sam Lee, how do you summon Barney? How do you summon him? Well, all these grown adults get together to summon Barney up, and then Eli pops out. And when he pops out, they get irritated, aggravated, and mad about what he's doing because he's giving advice to full-grown adult married people, and it is annoying. I don't think anyone out there who is not married should be giving should be life coaching married couples at all. Does not make any sense at all. And he violated the man code and man law by trashing the dude who he don't know about how he's living and how he's in his relationship. You don't know none of that. Eli, and you would never say that in front of that dude because that dude will whoop your ass. He will whoop your ass. Eli, if you were in a bar and we're all watching that, if you're in a bar full of dudes and we are all watching it, right? And everybody's heads turn like this because you're in the room. Eli gonna be looking like, huh? Everything's cool, guys. It ain't even gotta be the guy who you did that to. Somebody go take off on you because you broke the whole code. That's not what you do, man. That is not what you do. That is not what you do. And shame on her for not understanding the man code if she is actually married. Now, you don't do that and talk like that and make someone get an idea about what may be going on in your household like that with your husband. Your husband don't want all that stuff out there because when he hears it, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be like a Lisa Surley on Real Talk with Roy thing, trying to call corporate to get a man knocked out of what he got. Some jobs and everything would see some shit and be like, man, you're going through all that, you can't work here. I'll give you a prime example. My aunt was the supervisor at the LAPD 77th precinct, the station there. Okay. Stephanie from Full House, coincidentally, went to school with her. She worked, her husband worked as an officer there at that station in LA. Okay. All the drugs she was doing, and she was always in like the, like the National Enquirer and all that shit for snorting drugs, going from weight to being like this big, and getting in car accidents and crashing. Her husband, as a police officer, lost his job because of all the weird shit she was doing in public. That's a prime example. He lost his job as a police officer because now they're watching him thinking he's doing all this weird shit and he can't work there. So he had to quit. He lost his job because of it. So things do go around, and guys hear certain things. You don't want someone to hear it, or something happens to just be shared. You guys do know that when videos go out, it doesn't go out to the people that normally just watch you. It goes out to all the billions of people out there who are on YouTube watching. Do you know that they have the subtitle button so that they can hit it, or the caption button? You can put your language, so it's letting them know what's going on. Someone could be at his job as a co-worker. Like, let's say you walk in a break room and people just stop talking, and then you find out that someone shared the information, or shared what they shared what they heard and what they saw, and it came from Eli. And now he got jokes, and he got jokes in the warehouse. He got jokes. Hey, John, if you ain't taking care of her, I can make a nigga want to get fired at work. All because of some bullshit that you tried to anchor and put in out of nowhere, and then try to say respectfully speaking at the end of all of it. You violated man code, and this is how we know you don't know nothing. The man code, like, this is not part of it. It's not even in one chapter. Well, it's in the chapter on what not to do, because this will get your ass whooped in person. It's in that chapter. It's in that chapter. Come on, Eli. You can't be a life coach. Can't be a life coach, non-married, no kids, giving married couples advice, and then not even understanding how to ask, even if there's no one there. Like how I'm speaking right now, I can hypothetically come up with a question to say with you guys, and then be able to give some type of response to it because of what may be coming out. You didn't even do that. You got the football and said, this is what I got, this is what it is, and I'm about to run. Now, you say that you like Roy and you want to go on his show. Why didn't you, after you watch Roy's show, just go and say, hey, Roy, I loved your show. Can I go on your show and talk about it one of these days? You could have did some shit like that, not get on there and start saying Roy is the worst scum of the earth. He just hates all women. No, that's not Roy don't hate all women. Roy is giving you an example of certain women that do certain things, and there's a percentage of people out there. There are women out there, Eli, that say, well, and it starts when they go on dates. Well, he's paying for the dates when we go out. So that means in a relationship, I gotta pay nothing, no rent, no bills, not help out with anything. You get women that fucking act like that, man. You get women that'll be like, well, you know what? You don't got enough muscles or nothing. Even though he could be doing everything else. You got women, Eli, that'll say, well, he don't groom himself all the time. He ain't always got a nice haircut and all that stuff. He don't care about that shit. That nigga grinds, works, and does his thing. And guess what? When he takes that sweater off, the nigga swole. He ripped up and cut. Guess what? The women are gonna want to go for that dude that looks bummy because he's cut and got muscles. Women don't care about all that other bullshit that you be trying to go ahead and that's not every woman. I'm giving examples of, the different ones. You got women that say, well, he watches sports. He's no good for me. That means he's too competitive. I don't want to play games and have fun all the time and be in competitions. You got that stuff, Eli. Eli, do you know you got married couples that compete with each other no matter what? The term keeping up with the Joneses, keeping up with that family up there. Keeping up with that family up there. They got the new solar. I want the solar. They put a pool in the back. I want a pool in the back. They order DoorDash. I want to order DoorDash. They ain't got to go pay for their food. What? They always see me going to drive and get it, and I just see them. They still back there talking and drinking and having a good time, and they just bring it. I want to do that. I want to order DoorDash now. There's couples that compete like that. My wife dressed better than your wife. My husband can beat your husband up. All that shit goes down, and I know, Eli, I know for a fact you've never been put in that situation to where you gotta, someone will bet on you to beat up, to stand up for your girl like that. I know that's the truth. My wife put me in a situation one time in the gym. I'm downstairs playing basketball in the gym. I'll go upstairs, and she's coming over to me. This guy won't re-rack the weights. Now, people, I was the training director at the LA Fitness, right? So I'm working out at the other club, but they all know me there too. So I said, just wait, he'll go ahead and re-rack the weights. She goes over there, he didn't re-rack the weights. Now, I'm gonna tell you, he was doing the hack squat machine. Those of you who know about workouts, he was on the hack squat machine. He had both racks on the side was filled up with all the 45s, the two on the top, and he was putting them on something else back there. So, and a hack squat is not a full squat. It's you're only moving just a little bit. So he put all that weight on there for no reason. She would have been there all day trying to take off all that weight. So I'll go and look to see how much weight is on there. So I'll go back and I was like, I see him over there. Because when you're doing that much weight, people, you need anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes to recover to go ahead and get the next lift in. You're not doing sets, you're power lifting, you're going for one rep. So I know the time frame. So I'm like, all right. So I walk back over there. And he ain't even came back. So he's done. So I walk up to him. Dude was probably like 6'5", 275, 280. At that point, I was 6'4". I'm 6'4" now. 6'4", 210, 4% body fat. So I'm pretty big too. I'm pretty big looking wise, while he has more of the mass. But everybody see me in there boxing and fighting and stuff. So everybody knows I got the juice. So I go up to him and I say, hey man, can you re-rack these weights? I'm not letting him know that it's for her. I said, can you re-rack the weights? He was like, he did his head like this, all right. So I walk away. I said, all right, he go re-rack the weights. I'm trying to mitigate, so ain't nothing even gonna happen. He go back. He still ain't re-rack the weights. So I'll go back over there. I said, hey man, I tapped him on the shoulder. He turned around. Red, he was wearing a red tank top, white shorts, and he had the straps around his knees because he was gonna go ahead and do something else. I tapped him. I said, hey man, I said, can you re-rack these weights so my wife can get up here and do the hack squat? She can re-rack the weights. I said, excuse me? He said, you heard me. So instantly, nigga, what you say? Put my stuff down, took my step back, pulled my pants up, and then it was on. It was on. But guess what happened? All the staff and everybody came. It was dudes that work out that know me, like they know me. They came, jumped in the middle. They're like, oh no, they stopped it. They stopped it. They kicked that dude out. But Eli, you wouldn't even do that. Me and that dude was finna be in there rumbling and fumbling. Somebody was gonna get cracked with a weight. You ain't got that in you to stick up or stand up and go do stuff like that for your wife. I'm gonna give you another example. We at the TGIF Fridays. We sitting at the bar. I'm just sitting there, Emilia right next to me. I got my Jack Daniel sauce on my the honey Jack Daniel sauce on the shrimp and everything, and I'm eating. The dude over there just keeps staring. And I go like this, like, is he staring at her? But he's staring dead at me. So I just asked him. I do this one more time and look at him. I said, you like something you see? Yeah, words. I said, say something again. I'm gonna get up and go beat the shit out of you. He said something. I got up and the staff came and jumped in. Eli, men, we don't play like that, Eli. We don't play like that. First of all, we don't go talking about someone else's relationship who we don't know unless you're cheating with that person and you know information that other people should not know because the woman is a scumbag mistress as slut and that dude's a scumbag too. That's the only way men be doing it. You listen to rap songs or the rock songs when they be stealing each other's girls. Look in the boxing when Paulie Malignaggi fought Adrian Broner, and after the fight at the press conference, Jim Gray asked Adrian Broner how he felt, and he said, "I feel good. I won the fight. I took Paulie's girl," and Paulie ran to the mic. "You didn't take my girl. That's my side piece." And the side piece was standing right next to Adrian Broner. Fucked Paulie before the fight and left with Adrian Broner and was doing stuff with him that night. And he said, "I stole his girl." That might happen to you, Eli. That might happen to you. But in cases like that, Eli, some people are married and that happens. And how that happens is how they met. If one person met someone and they knew they had somebody and they going around dating and all that stuff, doing all that, and they like, well, he met me, we meet up whenever, we cool. That mentality that he thinks how you are or she thinks how you are still goes. So when they get married, that's a cheating marriage. Then they don't want each other to cheat when they've just been acting like boyfriend and girlfriend the whole time. So they don't have they don't have a balance and a force field up there to keep people out, to where your demeanor and what you're doing keeps people out. You don't even know how to go and speak about that stuff because you've never been married, man. You've never been married, Eli. Never. Stop giving out that fucking fake ass, phony ass, bullshit ass advice that no one wants. And then let's get into this shit. Trophy wife and fucking trophy husband. You get people saying, a trophy husband is someone that just looks good, and I just want to just walk around with him as he's my arm candy. And we've heard that term. And if you are a man, some of the guys will use that as a line. They'll walk up to a one woman in line and say something like, "Hey, I'm here to be your arm candy for the night." That's gonna be his line right there. And then somebody be like, huh? And be like, "Oh, well, he's not ugly. Yeah, you can be my," and he just pulled. He just pulled. That's someone. That's like someone's trophy husband. They want someone that look good. Someone wants someone that just has sex good. They don't care about nothing else. Someone wants someone that makes all the money, so they ain't got to do nothing at all throughout the whole time. Period. At all. Male and female. Some want that. Some want that life. Some women want to not do anything and say a trophy husband is someone that's gonna just take care of me, take everything I got, so I ain't gotta do nothing but just be here, spend this money, and try to look good because that's enough. That's bullshit. Some men will go after someone who has a lot of money like that, say I want to be taken care of because they have medical issues and they got a settlement and stuff like that. Or they go find someone that's really old, like fucking Thunder's age. They go find someone like Thunder's age, and the dude will be like, yeah, I like her. Yeah, man, no, you ain't got to do shit. And she walking around with you like arm candy because when you go play bingo with her, you the youngest dude in there. She getting all the attention because of you. You got some dudes that like that shit, and that's a trophy. Some women like to be in a household that they grew up with. Mom and dad working and helping with the kids and cooking and doing laundry and doing things, helping fixing things and doing everything together. And then there's separate roles outside of that one does in the other. Some people call that a trophy because they're getting everything from the person. Some people are looking at people like the trophy person is whatever they did for me and times got tough, I'm going to do it for them back without even thinking about it because I know that's the love that came my way. Some people see that as a trophy. So when you be bashing the men and be trying to uplift the women and you don't never talk about the women, I got to talk about both sides here. There's two sides to, to the street, to this game. Trophy wife, trophy husband. You be giving this fucked up advice on what a trophy is. A trophy is a guy that doesn't play video games and all he does when the wife or the girlfriend says, hey, I want this. Eli said, you better go give that to her. You better make her happy. Nah, that's that fucking what they say, that simp ass, bitch ass shit. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Whatever you want, you get. Oh, I want this $2,000 jacket. I want this $3,000 purse. I want this necklace that costs $15,000. Can you go work extra and go get it for me? Motherfucker, how about you help me do what the fuck I'm doing? I run the business. You run the you can come and put in work like everybody else, get some extra sales in yourself, bring that money in the hell. I'm not finna just go and do that bullshit. Ain't nobody finna go do that bullshit. That's not reality, G. That's not reality. You can't just ask for everything. That's not a and if someone wants that, that's the wrong idea of what a trophy is and how you feel as a trophy, because it's one thing to want a trophy, and it's one thing on how someone feels if they feel they are a trophy. Some people don't do shit. You watch these reality shows and you watch this shit, they don't do shit. They wake up and say, you watch Wife Swap, perfect show. You've watched the show Wife Swap. Whenever you get a wife that helps out and does everything and they got that love with their husband, and the other wife is like, well, you shouldn't be doing this. I don't do all that shit. Yeah, they're going to say some things, but maybe you got to take some time out, at least some time, to go and you guys want to not have like barn sex. You guys can, go eat dinner and then have sex and shit. You ain't just got to go clean the animals and then go have sex. They want to teach you stuff like that. We can go out to eat and have fun and do some stuff like that. Some of them do that. But when the other wives go to the other house, they like, hell no. You sleep until noon, then you get up and you just get on the phone and then you go to brunch with your friends and talk about nothing. And then you go get your nails done and you go do appointments. And then he comes back and then has to do all this other shit. And then you say, well, yeah, he loves taking care of me. What the fuck? Wife Swap is the perfect show. Because can't nobody go against Wife Swap. That's why I like doing this shit. You get a chance to see the best of both worlds. Eli ain't never even brought up. He always brings up the old shows. Remember this show, guys. Remember this show, guys. I would use Wife Swap as a perfect example on how to see what a trophy husband and a trophy wife is. Because each and one of those relationships, they all have a different idea of what it is. So they put one trophy on what they feel into another house's trophy on what they feel. And then you get to see, and what they do, they come together and see, well, you know what? I think we good. Or like when the cowboy dude socked the Eli dude for running his mouth. You see that happen too. And that couple's set and fine. You know what the wife said? Yeah, my husband decked him. You know why? Because they did the show. He didn't want to go on the show. He like, we good. Guess what they realized when they went on that show? That they were good for 95% of the part. One thing the husband did do, he allowed his kids to have candy one time a week because they enjoyed it. He learned that because that made his wife a little bit more happier too. So then he was the complete trophy husband after that. And all he had to do was loosen up a little bit and get the kids candy one time a week. That made him a full trophy husband. And the wife works with them and they do everything together. You see what I mean? So you can't be telling people what a trophy husband is and all this other stuff is when it varies from every relationship and situation. Shame on you for doing that as a life coach. We got to get into what is a balanced relationship. What's a balanced marriage? You got to understand what that is. Only people who communicate about these things before they get married understand what the balance should be. If not, it's gonna be hard because there's no mediation and grounds to work on before that marriage starts so that there is a balance in the relationship. Duh, Eli. I ain't never heard you say some shit like this. Never heard you say some shit like this. Balance is not always financially or who does the most laundry or who seems like they care the most by how much energy they put into things. That's it's not what it is. It's not what it is. It's not what it is. Because like this, someone can be happy and full of energy all the time, and someone can be nonchalant. But their way of thinking is on it's on the exact same wave. So while someone is not rushing and pressing and going extra fast to go and get this to make it seem like there's more care there, we are on the same time. Time doesn't go faster or slow down for anyone. The person that's going fast and doing it, yeah, you may be trying to do it to make it seem like you care more, but someone could actually want to break something down, see what it is, and get the exact same job done. So it's not about showing, well, let me see how much effort you're putting in all this. You got to realize, did this happen? How much effort did you see go into making that happen? Well, someone will say, well, I put this much effort into it. I did the exact same thing, went through the exact same thing. I just did not make it look as stressful and strenuous as you did, but I still care the same. You see what I mean, Eli? You see what I mean? That's where a balance you got to understand. And then there's certain roles, Eli, that men and women have. There's certain roles to where I'm like, well, my wife is better at that. So she's going to go ahead and take that. Like, let's say, I'll use an example, like when we're doing these orders, there's times like if there's heavy stuff and everything, and I know logistics and stacking and stuff, I'm going to go ahead and boom, 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 and stack it up and do it. She may get upset sometimes because, she wants to do it too. But I'm like, faster, bam, let's go ahead and get that. But I'm taking the lead there. There are things that where she's going to a certain place or like with whatever, and she knows that, this is the way you do it. Do it. She'll say, no, I got a better way. Watch this. I'm going to sit and be like, bam. And if I see that she did it in less steps than what I did, I'm not going to now say, let me go and do it in the steps she did. No, she's going to be the one doing it in them steps because so I'm like, all right, cool. But she's telling me and I'm watching. So therefore the balance is I'm not going to overstep this boundary because she's going to take that. Okay. And there's many different things, Eli, in relationships to where the shift in the balance is going to go to one side or the other side. But you have to understand what that balance is and why is it shifting. You got to understand that that's just not my expertise in my field. Maybe I make it more stressful. I should not do it even though I want to do it. No, you give it up. Relinquish that. You relinquish that. You give it up. You give it up. Just like this situation that Eli took and went all the way far. If Christina is married, right? Because we don't know, let's say behind closed doors, if her husband found out, do you think she's going to be aggressive with him or submissive? Women, you answer that one. If a man finds out his woman is talking bad, saying he ain't doing this and doing that and all this other stuff, do you think behind closed doors she's gonna be aggressive, or is she gonna be submissive and submit to him because she knows he's angry? He knows that in that situation she has to be submissive and submit because she's got to go ahead and let him have it. Okay, Eli, I don't hear you talking about this. There's a balance, man. There's a balance. There's a balance. I may cook the food. Let's say if I want to cook, and I cook real good, I may cook the food, but guess who normally buys the pots? And I get mad too. Why the hell you buy these expensive pots? Well, these are the best ones, and then they ain't even shit. See, like, you got wear and tear for doing real cooking on them, and then want to go buy some more expensive pots. I'm like, no, I want it like that. I'm using it. But look, I don't go shop and buy the pots. I cook the food. I may go buy the fryer or something like that, but I'm not buying the pots. She'll go buy the pots, but I cook the food. Now, when I want to eat some Peruvian food, the locos sabantado, what's it called? The Peruvian food, lobo sabantado, what's it called? The stuff with the fries and the meat. Lomos are, yeah. I'm not finna go make it. No. You know what she does? She goes to the kitchen and then she goes on her thing to go look to see if there's a new way to make it with everything. She goes and looks to try to do a little bit different from what she normally did. She goes and does the stuff. She puts on whatever she's watching, and then she does this periodically when she's in there. I think she does that when she tastes it or something. She does this. And then she makes it. I don't go make that shit. I can cook, but I'm not going to make that. Or when she makes her other stuff, she makes like the stuff with the green sauce and like all that other stuff. She'll go and make all that. I don't go make that shit. The balance is I'm gonna cook all this shit. She goes and just cooks that shit. I'm not touching that. There's a balance in the kitchen there. She'll go and clean the whole kitchen and everything and re-clean it after you. So guess what? I like to wash out my stuff after I use them so I ain't got to wash dishes. That's just what I do. But even if you go and wipe a cabinet down, she's going to go and wipe it down after you. So guess what? The balance in the cleaning right there, I'm not about to go do that part. Because she's just going to go do it over me anyway. So what makes a balanced relationship or a balanced marriage? Eli, we ain't heard you come with no real stuff about that. And the very last thing is, this man law that was broken. This is a PSA, public service announcement. Unless you are cheating with the woman and she's pillow talking and you are really trying to steal her from the dude because she's just not leaving, or you want to damage his character, that's when a guy will go and say, hey, he'll describe a certain mark on her body, or he may let you know what she says or sounds when she has an orgasm or something else like that. He'll do shit like that to fuck you up. That's the only time that happens. A lot of the time it's just dudes who are stalking and women who are hoes. And that's just what they normally do. Or the guys had a beef and this dude just really wants to fuck his world up, and he's like, well, I'm gonna just go work on her. and I'm gonna just go ahead and get her because I know I am, because women are hoes. That's just what he thinks. And guess what happens? He actually gets her. So now he fucked up this dude for knowing that, for saying, oh man, I was with her. Man, she cheated on me like that with that dude. I knew that dude. She must have. Now he ain't gonna trust women again. So he's gonna fuck his world up. And if a woman does that and then tries to say sorry and go back to the dude, that's even more of a world that's fucked up. That's the only way that happens. You do not go in blindly, not knowing about any dude or what they got going on with their woman, inside or out, and then start talking mad shit about the dude, just talking mad shit. I was like, damn, he talking mad shit. Look, he was talking mad shit. He was talking so much shit. I was like, damn, this is some mad shit. I want to put the gun sounds up right here. Jack says he thinks Eli is after Christina. Eli, my wife has a whole scenario on what she thinks is going on, but she thinks that, he's already got her on the seat where if she is married and in a relationship, he already has her on the seat to where she wants to go on there. And I'm telling you, chances are she's trying to do it before he sees it, so she can say, I wouldn't know. That's not what it was. Or he found out and she wants to go on there because he's telling her she's got to go clear up some shit. Eli knows this, so he'll be after her for that, and then go into, well, I'm going to block you. The minute she don't like the advice that he's going to give on the show, he may kick her off the panel right then and there. And then if she is married, she did all that stuff to go talk about this shit so Eli can hear it, knowing that Eli likes to watch Flex and Roy and them. He dubbed Roy his best friends just so he can go and just watch like that. So he's gonna watch. So you just pretty much just gonna fuck up your shit just to do it. And it's crazy that we're talking about this because we got people that go on like me. I have a channel and I have a network and a brand. We get people that think this is like high school. Let me look in the chats. Someone said this about you. This is real life. These people don't even fucking know you. They don't know nothing. They make up a bunch of bullshit. They're not here in public. They don't know nothing. And people act like this shit is real. I'm going to say this person does this and everyone believe it and run with it. And the people that believe it and run with it are just idiots. Just idiots. But Eli actually has the ball in his court. Because I'll tell you this, he's going to be watching to see if she says something bad about him, so he can go do a video and start talking bad about her, and he don't even know her. Eli already's done damage to one part. He want to do damage to the other part. This is what he does to make content, and all you guys are going to watch it because this is what you guys do. And they're going to restream it with 500 people in there. He's going to get upset and start talking about that. I already got tipped off. You didn't get tipped off. Them motherfuckers let your ass know that they about to restream you when you go live. He's going to talk about that. So you guys are getting everything all in one. All in one. And you're feeding him. You're feeding him to do all of this. But it's entertaining for you guys. But at some point, I know you guys are trying to keep your troll status sacred. You really can't say much in his chat because he'll just ban you. I understand you guys are in there like Bruce Lee on Enter the Dragon. You're trying to get up in there and you don't want to blow your cover. But how long can you just sit and just play in it and just not say something? Just not say something. Anyone that calls himself a life coach and they're trying to counsel married people and couples and you don't have any kids or anything, I'm not saying stop what you're doing because you're about to ruin all the image and the style that we are used to. It's from the Humpty. I pulled an Eli, but I always pull out rhymes. Don't do it. Yes, you can. You can go get a job and do it. But then again, if you ever go to a restaurant and one of your people that's one of your clients just happen to be there, even though the confidentiality rule is there, and they see you acting and doing a completely different thing off of what you tell them to do, you just look like an idiot too. So you have the right. Everybody does. Just think about it. Go into the right field to where your counseling is going to be able to help someone because you really have experience in it. With that being said, I'm out of here like Chuck Woolery in 2 and 2. You got something to say?
No.
All right, she ain't got nothing to say. I'll email Eli with the link to this too so he can watch this. Or someone let him know when he goes walking to today, did you get a chance to watch Real Talk with Roy and Hot Facts with Robert Reese? Let's get this guy all the way wound up if he wants some fireworks. See you guys later.